For millions of years, we have been living under a grand illusion. Bees do not actually build hexagonal cells from the start. The shocking truth is, they begin with perfect circles. Round cylinders of soft wax, packed tightly next to each other. A design that seems logical at first glance, but harbors a fatal flaw. Circles leave massive empty spaces between them, wasting valuable room. In the harsh ecosystem of the hive, waste means death. To survive the freezing winter, a colony must store kilograms of honey. Every single drop of honey is a precious source of life-saving energy. But beeswax, the building material, comes at an incredibly brutal cost. To produce just 1 gram of wax, bees must burn 8 grams of honey. An energy tax so high that efficiency is not a choice, it is survival. If they kept circular cells, empty spaces would waste 20% of the volume. What if they used triangles? A sharp, rigid geometry. The sharp corners are weak, easily buckling under the immense weight of honey. What if they opted for simple squares? A familiar grid. Yet squares lack lateral stability, shearing and collapsing under heavy loads. They needed the maximum volume with the absolute minimum material. A complex mathematical optimization puzzle that baffled human scholars for centuries. A life or death engineering crisis with no apparent way out. And this is where the pure magic of physics takes over. These tiny insects do not possess rulers, protractors, or geometry degrees. They do not actively measure 60-degree angles when building. A life or death engineering crisis with no apparent way out. But then, a collective physical phenomenon begins to unfold. Thousands of worker bees begin to vibrate their powerful flight muscles. This intense collective vibration causes the hive temperature to skyrocket. The temperature rises precisely to 45 degrees Celsius. At this exact thermal point, the solid beeswax begins to soften. It transitions from rigid solid to a highly malleable, semi-fluid state. Like a cluster of soap bubbles packed tightly together. The powerful force of surface tension immediately takes control. It pulls the curved walls flat, seeking the state of lowest physical energy. The circular tubes naturally compress, deform, and snap into place. Perfect, flawless hexagonal grids emerge effortlessly without a single tool. Not a triumph of conscious architecture, but the beauty of thermodynamics. The result is a structure of unparalleled strength and maximum storage. holding hundreds of times its own weight without a single microfracture. An elegant solution designed by nature over millions of years of evolution. No wasted space, no wasted energy, absolute perfection. But the true shock of this story lies far beyond the forest. Centuries later, human engineers faced the exact same structural challenge. To explore the deepest, darkest corners of the cosmos. Engineers at NASA needed to construct a giant, ultra-lightweight space mirror. A mirror for the revolutionary James Webb Space Telescope. It had to be incredibly rigid, yet light enough to launch. Any bending or warping would ruin our vision of the early universe. Triangles were too heavy. Squares were far too flexible under launch vibrations. The ultimate, flawless solution they found? The golden hexagon. They copied the exact geometric ratio perfected by the humble honeybee. 18 hexagonal segments, locking together to form one massive golden eye. Gazing back 13 billion years in time with absolute precision. A cosmic masterpiece built on the foundations of a backyard insect's home. Connecting the micro world of biology to the macro world at astrophysics. A beautiful bridge built entirely on the laws of physics. So the next time you look at a simple bee buzzing in your garden, who solved advanced aerospace equations millions of years before humans existed. A timeless secret of the universe, hidden in plain, golden sight. The genius of nature, reflecting the light of the stars.